to see how Dignitas is going to fare against them. Dignitas, for me, is going into this game definitely as the favorite.
Every time that we've gone into this series, it's always been Abathur versus Vikings when it comes to Dignitas. Think all the way back to week 1, where we saw Towers of Doom was the first battleground for these two. That was when Team Liquid 3-0 Dignitas, by the way.
Yeah.
And immediately, the first thing we saw was an Abathur pickup from Dignitas. It's always been that story for them.
And you know, the big change for me from Phase 1 to Phase 2 is, if you look at the first matches that Dignitas played at Phase 1, God, did they suck.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Their drafting was one of the worst drafts I've ever seen.
Let's put it out there lightly.
No, I talked to them afterwards, and they were tilted about their own drafting. They said, I have no idea what we're doing. We're not in the meta. This was so bad. And then they switched it up, and all of a sudden, they just won game after game. This is so different right now. They just came off an amazing second spot at the mid-season brawl. They are going into this phase with a completely different approach, completely different mindset. They have all the confidence in the world. And this is why I cannot wait to see how they're going to do here. They had such a shaky start into Phase 1, and they still made it not only to the mid-season brawl, they finished second, nearly claiming the title. I can't imagine what's going on through right now, as they are coming in with all the confidence in the world.
Well, the slate has been wiped clean here. Let's go ahead and get started here for week number 1. Team Liquid and Team Dignitas facing off. Dignitas with the first ban of the series here on Towers of Doom. And let's find out, man, what are the adaptations from both of our teams?
I still expect that we're talking about our core heroes here. We have with Genji, Nuburak, with Uther, we have staples that have nearly 100% participation rate in any heroes match. It's the core that you design most of your strategies around. But with Towers of Doom and Team Liquid's on the board, this has changed because the Vikings are banned right away. Dignitas is saying, Hazorps, we know what you're up to. It's not happening. Forget about it. No Vikings for you, my friend.
Uther will be banned out here for Team Liquid, and will Dignitas answer back with the Abathur, or are we going to be seeing them on that Genji?
Now, here's the thing. Abathur is taken, but we have also still the globals around, so you can go into the Dehaka, which is oftentimes used for that. That is something that Liquid could do here. And we have instead them immediately committing to an Illidan composition.
Wow.
Darkmok looked so good on that Illidan.
That's a good point. I was wondering if Team Liquid was playing the Illidan yesterday because they were against the good guys and felt like, all right, we can maybe peter-patter around a little bit. But they are obviously putting a lot of stock into this character here. And why not? It's Darkmok.
Yeah, exactly. And Darkmok, for the longest time, he was known as the melee assassin in Europe. One of the best we have. And then he started to just play other roles a little bit more often. It was a lot on the solo lane. We saw him in Balas, even on the range. And he must feel really happy having his boy back. So he is on the Illidan here. We have the Nuburak. It is the dive into the backline. And Dignitas very likely to pick up Genji here. Greymane maybe as the copy target for Abathur. So how do they react to this early showing of Liquid saying we want to team fight, and probably gonna go for the pseudo global with a hunt on him?
I am wondering too if we're maybe gonna see that art that's coming a little bit earlier too. Dignitas is one of those that seems to put him a little bit higher than the other 3 teams here. It's gonna be a Genji into a Malfurion for Dignitas, so they answer back with their own assassin and they get the support that they highly value.
All right, let's head into the bans here. What is Liquid trying to get rid of? At this point, you look at the front line, and of course we have the Dignitas special with the Stitches. JPL can definitely play that, but as you said, Arthur's would be good against the Illidan, so that's one of the tools you can lose. He lacks the escape, you have to commit to the team fights, but front line is definitely something Liquid is currently looking for.
Yep. Frontline will be a big deal for our 2 teams. And I'm thinking about it, I feel like I like to art this a little bit more just because you want to have some invade control and some possibilities around those mercenary camps. With Dignitas, look at him here. With that Abathur, naturally, they're already a body behind, and that gets worse at level 10 with the Cocoon coming in. And that's where Illidan excels, when you have extra bodies on the field.
I'm concerned about the Meridian. So Meridian was the traditional counter to Illidan, and you of course try to get the stuns in. You have the mini stuns also on your level 7 on the Skullcracker, and that can work. And with Abathur, Meridian is frightening, and we know that JPL loves to play Meridian, so this is actually a really smart ban by them. But they are willing to give Arthurs over to Dignitas unless they pick him themselves. And Arthurs is also a great copy target for Abathur and a great target for the symbiote.
Well, Dignitas for now. We'll have to consider what Team Liquid's be picking up now. Gonna need his support pretty soon here. Rhaegar's usually one of the go-tos when you have that Illidan. However, we've seen more aggressive dive compositions with Karazim in the mix, getting on that back line and doing what you can. A bit difficult to pull off against Malfurion, so I'm definitely expecting the Rhaegar in this rotation.
Yeah, Rhaegar would be good for them for sure, for Liquid here. And I want them to just have a bit more dive, maybe even. They could also commit to a Tyrael if they want to.
True.
Could use that. And they go for the double support. So we have the Tassadar and Oriel really going all in on the Illidan. Now I'm really curious to see if the Arthas comes out for Dignitas. So far, Arthas has actually not done all that well in the league. We have him on 4 wins and 7 losses overall. So pretty mediocre win ratio here on 36%.
Yeah, but you still can't ignore the power of what he brings against the competition.
Obviously. And
but still, yeah.
It's a really small sample size, haven't seen too much yet, but so far Arthas has actually struggled in these matchups.
So what I like about Team Liquid's draft so far, though, is they haven't put it all into the Illidan here. They have ways to keep him alive, Tassadar Shield here, helping out with the dive and whatnot. But now, because of what they have left in their 5th slot, they can pick up the Vala or even the Lunara, based on what the opposing team gets.
Li Ming as well.
Yeah.
Could play with the Li Ming here. Here comes the JPL special. Definitely the best stitches in the world at this point. And what are they going to round their draft up with? What's going to be the last pick for them here? What's going to be the pick for Mena?
Li Ming.
Yeah.
There
All
it
right,
is.
fireworks. We have that almost guaranteed. And now, what is Liquid going to do? As you said, they have the Lunara option. They can go into the Vala at this point, auto-attack us with the support that they have thanks to Tassadar. And also Oriel is, of course, great, as Illidan and Anubara can drive the conversation.
It has to be an auto-attacker, right? And then Valo and Lunara definitely jump up there as the pickups that you want to move into. There's also the possibility of a Zul'jin, but not going to be seeing that possibly here with Vala being on the table.
I mean, the only... We have seen Cassia commitments, but I don't necessarily think that this is what Team Liquid is looking for here.
Yeah, if maybe a Greymane was on the opposing time, or even Illidan itself, definitely Cassia, the rotation, but she seems to fall off a little bit here based on what Dignitas has up.
They could even go Greymane. You're actually making a good point there. Greymane could be the choice. Poke from the distance, go for the cocktail, and then you commit fully with Illidan, Nubarak, and Greymane as the rest tries to keep them alive from the back.
Team Liquid keeping us in suspense as we go down on the timer. The answer is going to be the Vala. So
going standard.
We have the standard draft here for Team Liquid, and a very standard draft for Team Dignitas when it comes to Towers of Doom. This has been their MO for every time they've played against Team Liquid.
I'm just happy right now. I don't know. This is just awesome. We're going to see a lot of team fighting again with the Illidan composition, potentially Hunt with the Pseudo Global. We have Genji with an Avatar. The little slugger made it into the game. Unfortunately, the Vikings got banned out, but can you blame Dignitas?
No.
Given how dominant Liquid was, not only in this phase just 2 days ago, but also in the last phase with the Vikings. So, yeah.
I'm excited for this, man. It's going to be a good one here. And what's actually interesting is that they had the Vala here, too, which was a Dark Monk special for a while. But with Illidan being in the rotation here, we're not going to have him on that Vala, most likely.
Hazu.
We're going to have the Illidan charging forward, and we're going to have the rotations. That's what I love about Team Liquid, is their hero pulls just interlace so well. Yeah. They're able to switch up when they need to. So you can't really find yourself in a spot where you can just straight up outdraft them and get them in a spot where they can't play anything.
It looks as if Nurok is back on the Tassadar shield duty. That seems to be the case. Hazov's probably going to run the Vala, Darkmok on the Illidan. That leaves Nurok on Tassadar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah, definitely. Let's head right into it. Towers of Doom is our first map, ladies and gentlemen. Team Liquid going up against Dignitas. Let's find out who takes map number 1.
And the series has begun on the far left side in the blue. Blumby will be on Nubarak, Hasuab's on Tassadar, Splendor will be on Oriel, Nurok on Vala, and Darkmok will be playing Illidan once again.
So they actually switched. We have Hazobs on the Tassadar, but well to the left side, it is Dignitas with Mena on Li Ming, Snitch on Genji, Zelia on Abathur, Bakery on the Malfurion, and JPL on Stitches.
I am excited to see Snitch here on Genji. I think he's had some moments where he's had really great plays and a couple of moments where he's not quite there with the Genji, but with his work ethic and his commitment to excellence, I expect to see a great game from him today on that Genji.
Oh, you're definitely right. I'm hyped for his Genji now as well. But I'm still giggling a bit inside about seeing all of a sudden Hazovs on Tassadar. Just simply because Nurok in the past was the Tassadar player for them in most of their double support compositions. And he was so bored at some point of playing Tassadar. He said, I don't want to throw shields out all day. I want to make the plays. And double support was so strong, and his team every time looked to him and he said, yeah, okay, I'm going to play him. And Hazorps was the Vala player. And every time I saw someone else on the Tassadar, I was thinking to myself, okay, how much did he pay to not have to play Tassadar here? So seeing now all of a sudden Hazorps on the shield duty, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, you have to have a special kind of heart there to play the Tassadar, really trying to enable others to be the ones that really bring the damage. That's what Heroes of Storm is all about, and Team Liquid is making it work here.
Hazorps being the team player today, eating the shots here now as well. Cooldown reduction, by the way, on Oriel as the level 1 talent. We have for Stitches the focus into the slam build once more, and the focus on Abathur for the Symbiote. Now keep in mind, on this map you can also put a higher priority on Toxic Nest, just to slow down the rotations between the lanes, which can really help you to secure an altar or two.
Zelia playing the out there. We'll continue to bring up the hats when needed for our teams. It's interesting to see that be interchangeable, as it's usually Snitch on that Abathur, but with him being on the Genji, Zelia changing it up. And I think this is the first time that we've seen him in league play beyond Abathur. So it's all about the Merc camps now. At the 130 mark, will connect. Our team's working on the bottom lanes for now. And Nubarek even coming all the way down just to make sure no evade will occur. And it's all about the 3 altars as they spawn.
This is such a big one now. Dignitas versus Liquid. It's always a highlight. But coming now from the mid-season brawl, Dignitas looked so strong. And we just don't know where Team Liquid stands. Yes, they took down the good guys. But that was an expected win. They looked strong doing it. But can they also look this solid going up against a team like Dignitas? So
I mean, 2 weeks ago, if you told me the series is happening, I'd go, okay, well, Dignitas got a win there. Nice, this looks great here. And Team Liquid possibly being back, that gets me excited for the series.
Yeah. They were so confident in their abilities, talking about the new coach, saying, yes, we're not where we want to be just yet, but we feel so much better than we did at the end of Phase 1, and we want to make sure that we are securing the spot in the top 3 again, and that we are rivaling Fnatic and Dignitas. And at this point, Hazorps interrupted as Snitch moved in to get the interrupt. Blumby gets healed. We have Illidan moving to the top, though. He's looking for Abathur.
It's going to be a 4-on-4 here while Illidan continues to match that Abathur and keep up in experience. Hostile and crew looking forward, and Nurok is doing work right now. He's bringing in those auto attacks. Blumby, a little low on health, will be just fine here as Nurok continues to build hope for that Oriole to heal him up.
Abathur also realizing that Illidan was on his way, burrowed into the base, so that was really important here. Zelia not being fooled, but the fight continues. Bakery interrupted here. Nurok poking away, the double support doing work. Nice hook and root against Tassadar. It's so impressive how Dignitas with these comps is always on point. The hook comes out and the blind trust every time. It doesn't matter if you don't hit the hook. At one point, the hook connects and then the root is there, which will allow you to either get a kill or at least drop a lot of damage.
Dignitas being on point, eventually will net a few more shots there as they do grab the altar on the bottom and they take a slight lead here, 36-32, but Team Liquid unfazed. They move straight into the interruptions here on the Mercs on the left side, get that bottom lane pushing, and it's all about the control here as Volat, Tassadar, and Oriole will continue to hold that bottom lane, with Blumby occasionally coming in for the rotation.
Yeah, the Illidan is still doing his work here in the mid lane too. Blumby helps out and they are starting to get the camps, steal this away. Good zoning from Bakery. Blumby needs to wait for his cooldown here, but damage output against Genji is solid. And overall, camp just being depushed, and both of the teams, 0 kills so far. Level 7 coming in. They are both looking good.
That was the point I was going to bring up here. We've had a lot of fights already, but yet no one has been picked off. Granted, you can say double support on one team and after on the opposing team, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get those kills, but it's still impressive how evenly matched these teams can be. Blumby being poked here on the bottom right as they push in. Nurok taking damage here. JPO will move in and get killed there as Nurok finishes it up.
Stitches down. The first blood in the game goes to Team Liquid. Now Snitch still looking for the kill with the help of Abathur, and there it goes. Blumby about to fall too, but barely able to burrow out. That was a good counter kill, and they got 2 as Tassadar and Vala both fall.
2 for 1 and an altar spawning in the bottom for 5 seconds. Vala won't be up for another 3 seconds when that altar finishes up, so we're going to be in a really good spot for Dignitas to grab the altar, and Liquid's aware of it. They give it up.
Now keep in mind that one of the strongest teamfight assets that we have, Illidan, has not joined these fights yet. So this is something to really keep in mind. Once that Illidan is going to reach those later levels, he really comes online, and that's what we're going to see more. So they are going to try and use probably the Hunt as a pseudo-global. They accept that a few towers or a few altars are taken away from them this early in the game. But once especially level 10 hits, Liquid is going to be much more willing to commit to these fights.
Yeah, this is becoming more of a trend for a majority of our teams. There's always that one player that's usually off on the side doing their own thing, coming in for rotations occasionally, but their main job is to soak experience and fight in that 1v1 if needed. Splendor getting hit with a hook. The root does not connect, but he gets low. Mane goes in with a Calamity and secures the kill.
And Bakery survives. Vala also falling, and Dignitas really stepping it up here. Blumby, is he going to be able to get away? Cooldown doesn't seem to be ready, but here we go.
Oh! The hook over the wall, and JPL will net the kill for his team.
Jay with a hook and the killer. Dignitas about to hit 10, and they are playing the Abathar composition. They are the team who is currently getting kill after kill with an Abathar comp. Snitch even jumping into the back, trying to annoy Hazorps a little bit. Has to finally move out, but there's finally the level 10 for Liquid. There's the Hunt. There's the Archon. Now they have to show what they've got.
The Hunt being online here, and Illidan did a good job of pushing in that top lane. He did get both of the turrets there, so Force will continue to take damage. Abathar will have to watch out on that. But yes, 10 is here for our teams, and Team Liquid now has the ability to really go in for those hard engages. Cocoon coming online, and they're picking up Archon here instead of the Force Wall. We've seen Force Wall with the Orioles in the past for lockdowns. Oh my!
Holy cow.
JPL continues to do it.
Not only JPL, they committed so heavily to this. Hook, root, silence, and Illidan just blown up within a second. He had absolutely no chance.
No way to counterplay that except not to get caught, and he is destroyed there. Mane coming in, and Blumby also being focused. Cocoon will be used, and Blumby will be alive for now. Oreo coming outside there, saving him.
Mena low and about to be taken out if he doesn't pay attention there. There's the kill against Li Ming. The Hunt comes in as well. They are starting to connect. And this could be a dead Snitch, but no, Blumby, is he going to be able to escape? He's taken down by Genji. Well played here, but Illidan is dropping the copy, and both of the altars are still on the map.
Team Liquid answering back there. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade overall. Li Ming will be back first, though, in the next 5 seconds. It's one altar to the top left and one to the top right, and Team Liquid will go ahead and just take the trade here as 4 shots shell away.
Okay, few people might actually wonder why did they not commit to the top right altar, and the reason is that Stitches is too much of a threat. If you try and go for the altar, where both of those bell towers are under the control of Dignitas, chances are that a hook is going to hit you and you're going to be blown up. Also, with Malfurion and Li Ming, and also Genji, it's really easy for Dignitas to get interrupts, which gives more and more opportunities for Stitches to finally land that hook at some point. Liquid identifies this and says, this is not worth the investment. Let's just move onto the map and take the fights later on. If we go there, we can only lose. There's nothing to gain for us.
Yeah, the elements that you just mentioned are combated by the fact that Abathur's there. He can be soaking the different lanes and getting a lead. So Team Liquid, ignoring that, we'll take the other safe choice here of just grabbing the mercenary camps and pushing in the bottom. Nurok's going to pop strafe here. Mane's low on health. He uses the Disintegrate to help out in the fight, but Zalia, popping the Ultimate Evolution, is going to move in.
I love this. Blow for blow. The kill against Vala. They go in. Great play here once again. Illidan comes in with the Hunt, goes straight for Genji, trying to drop him here. The copy is there. Silence used as Bakery goes for the Twilight Dream. The Dragon Blade of Snitch is attempting to do work, but he immediately moves away. Aegis saving Tassa for a second, gets the shield. Oh my god! The hook again! The Detainment Strike! Splendor still falling! This is a crazy game. I am loving this.
Finally, Team Liquid will fall there as Dignitas gets the kills, but it was pretty back and forth. I can't believe they got that far away and almost got the full escape.
If Vala survives, though, that would have been the dream. Killing Li Ming, and then on the way back, if she survives a bit longer and is able to put the damage in, and Illidan maybe moves in a bit earlier with a Hunt, that could have been great for Liquid. 13 versus 13, 9 kills against 3. Dignitas doing really well when it comes to the kill count, but you can tell that Liquid is fighting back heavily.
They are, with 2 altars up, they're going to help to fight back here too, as Oriel has just spawned. Illidan's rotating in, looking for a Hunt here. Mane is getting the channel in the middle, and he will get it here, and Team Liquid decides to go ahead and posture up on the bottom side, being ready to go for the engage.
There's the copy. Immediately they go for Blumby. The hook follows as he burrows out. JPL is so good with these hooks, waiting for the burrow and trying to drop them back. Nurok low, gets healed, the shield. Zelia, the copy is about to fall. Shots are fired as another channel goes through, and Darkmork hunts in again. I'm not quite sold on those Genji hunts, I have to say.
Yeah, they've been a bit delayed there. This is something that we saw on display very often from Dignitas at the MSB, where they would use the hunt as a way to stop the Genji if they dive too far and use Reflect as a way to stay alive and then punish it afterwards. But Snitch, being aware of this type of playstyle, is consistently by his teammates to the point where Darkmork can't actually make value out of the hunt.
Yeah, I feel him going with maybe a stun for Li Ming would maybe be the better option here if they get the pre-stun. So there's a few things that they can really try and pull off. I would also love them to coordinate it a bit better around the cocoon to just make sure that Bakery cannot make any plays in these situations. But overall, they show the potential for that aggression. But the hooks of JPL, this guy is so good on the hooks. It is crazy.
Even the ones he's missing is forcing Team Liquid to pull back, which has given Dignitas a nice lead here, 15 1/4 to 14 3/4 here for Team Liquid. 32 to 16, Dignitas well in the lead, and they're on their way towards that level 16 in terms of talents.
We also have, if I'm not mistaken, the next phase is going to be the triple altar once again. It should be the 5th, might be the 4th. We're going to find out soon. But right now, Liquid, they need to win some fights.
Triple altar.
Triple altar, there it is. This is the time where you really need to force the issue and you need to win a fight. If you don't win it here, then you are in a lot of trouble.
Let's see if they can pull it off. Blumby will be the one to force the fight. Illidan's going to spread out. Remember, he can always hunt in at any point. JPL threatening a hook steps forward. Team Liquid is posturing away from the altar with only Blumby in the vicinity.
They don't have 16. Dignitas will have it though, thanks to Abathar. They should soon. They are going to try and delay this a bit. Liquid, it's now or never, and at this point we have 16 taken. This is a bad fight for them already. Genji takes the top right, Illidan the top left. He can join the fight a bit faster. Is he going to hunt in? Are they going to try and drop a target before Genji arrives and the copy is set? That's the big question here now, but they are losing time.
They elect to go ahead and keep soaking the hunt onto Mane as you called for. Strafe comes out from Nurok and Team Liquid will get the first kill. However, Splinter is low on health.
Oriel dying, Bakery gets away, Vala falling too, Snitch just completely on a killing spree, goes in and gets one after another. Tassadar falls, 4 heroes dead, and they go for Blumby. He might just barely escape here, but it is a harsh day for Team Liquid fans. 4 heroes dead, 13 kills against 4, and altar after altar channeled against them.
Let's look at the fight here. Mane comes in and is going to be getting jumped on by Darkmork, instantly by the hunt. Bakery as well taking the damage, and we're going to have Aegis used on Vala to keep her alive, but Splinter was left by himself. He got picked off, and that's where we started to see those resets really come in.
Yeah, I think the fight coordination, as we can see here, is not really as much on point. I mean, there's a lot of chaotic elements with the double Genji in play, for sure. But it seems that the backline is just left too much by itself, and they dove very deep into that point to get the kill against Mane, which they succeeded in, but they paid too high of a price for it. Now Liquid is down to 4 points. That means a single boss, altars, everything can end the game now, and Dignitas has still 28. Another hook connects. Wow. Aegis, oh my god, what a great ult on the side of Splendor.
Cannon turns around though. JPL went into the kill zone. He took a lot of damage here. Darkmork chasing forward here, getting Phantom's low on health. Blumby over the wall into a cocoon. JPL's low. Darkmork's trying to mount up so he can chase.
Darkmork, and Nubarak dies. I think they really had a chance there to carry that fight and go in, but all of a sudden, with Darkmork trying to mount up and everyone else staggering behind, it was just Nubarak being left completely alone.
Yeah, and it really looked like they had that fight set up. The disintegrate from Li Ming was on point.
That should have been another 1 or 2 kills.
I would say 3 kills, honestly, if we had Illidan jump in there, get on the actual fight and move in. It seemed like they just didn't fully commit to the idea.
Also, Illidan was so close to having Hunt up again.
Yeah.
If he gets a few more auto attacks in, 3, 4, they are back with the Hunt and they can kill another target. That, I feel, was a great opportunity for them to make that happen. And I think a big part is also that Vala now has Frost Shot. That allows them to really slow this down a little bit and control the mobile heroes a bit more that Dignitas has on the table.
Well, Team Liquid only has to fight over 1 altar, so that's good news for them here. If they can pull off what they just did in the last fight, but a little bit better here, they can definitely take Dignitas on. Genji has just spawned. He's on his way towards the fight. The altar will be in the middle, and Illidan continues to soak in the middle.
They need to see who they can go for right now, and it's not going to be easy. Mane already positioning himself. Here's Zelia jumping in with a Genji copy. They're poking away. Hazops being low. Vala far out there, going for the strafe. They drop Li Ming once again, and now jumping onto JPL. The copy still not down. They're attempting to go for Norok, but this looks like a good fight for Liquid.
Team Liquid with a great team fight there. Gotta shout it out. First off, Blumby comes down the bottom right and uses a cocoon on Genji, away from where Li Ming was at. So Li Ming couldn't use Disintegrate to burn down the cocoon, and then they all turned around and killed Mene off. Solid play by Team Liquid.
Liquid needs momentum right now. Dignitas has played such a fantastic game, especially the coordination between JPL and Bakery was outstanding. On top of that, you have someone as talented as Snitch just showing off his skills with Genji. Dignitas looking so strong here. But Team Liquid, they have a bit more momentum going for themselves. They should also get the experience that they hit 20 roughly the same time that Dignitas does. Can they make this count? Towers of Doom is the comeback map.
This is the time for them to make this comeback, but they cannot afford a single mistake in terms of trading inefficiently here against Dignitas, or that will be lights out for them. Team Liquid soaking top lane, working on that 20, while Abathur himself is working towards it. Dignitas will get it for a small window, but Team Liquid is right behind them.
Yes, and it should not matter since there's no altar on the map just now. Bot lane, we see Dignitas try and take their bell tower back. They have Snitch and Mene both there. Hazops is going to attempt to shield this a little bit. Just held it out for now. And Illidan is doing work up at the top. Blumby and his boys, they need to go back here. They cannot afford to fight just yet. They need to wait for the 20, and they are going to lose this one anyways. But if JPL hits the hook, that would be a massive problem. And they are looking for it, but the 20 is going to be there any moment now as Illidan is pushing the top lane. There we have it, and this is now the fight for a double ult at the top. And keep in mind, Abathur could be the deciding factor. If he tunnels to one of the altars while the fire rages to the left, they could channel that through.
Team Liquid is aware of this, and they bring everyone up to the top. Blumby is aggressively pushing up here for position. There's going to be a big blow up here on Mene. He's going to live just barely. Blumby staying alive as Splinter comes in with a heal.
All right, the channel to the left side is started. So once they have that through, it's going to be great for them since they can focus on the only one that is still there. The channel nearly successful. Here comes the double stitches right now. Jump into the backline, way too deep. Darkmork baited a little bit. Here comes the silence. They're trying to go for Illidan. Already lower. Snitches attempting to get the kills with the Dragon Blade. But once more, Blumby going in, getting the stun. They nearly get JPL. Not quite, but there we go. Blumby burrows and drops Stitches. He is down, and that is Liquid carrying the momentum.
Everyone is up here for Team Liquid. Hasselhoff's working in the Archon as well. Blumby hoping to siege upon here on the right side. With Stitches being down, though, they can get aggressive on their positioning. Splinter with the channel. He's going to get it as Nurok tanks the damage from Team Dignitas.
Li Ming with the pokes here. 16 points on that core against 4 right now. Can they take the bell towers? They need to build up momentum, and it's not going to be easy since everyone on the side of Dignitas is still waiting for the resets. That's what set Dignitas apart. The resets for Li Ming, for Genji in these fights, but they have another window. 20 seconds until Stitches is back. But we also have the boss on the map now.
Team Liquid with the 20 seconds are moving forward. They have 10 seconds before Cocoon comes up, but Dignitas, aware that Cocoon is near, are going to play safe. They pull on back. Cocoon is now up. 5 more seconds for Stitches. It's all about the rotations for Team Liquid. They can rotate down here and possibly invade on the Sappers. They do. They grab them here so they can push in bottom.
Stitches is back now, and we already have Dignitas setting up here. Mene with the shots. Zappers are taken. They know where they are. 4 points against 16. Dignitas is still so far ahead here. But Liquid has a chance.
Liquid has a chance. They have to keep an eye on that boss, too. The boss is up here. That's 4 shots that can go on our Team Liquid and end the game. Dignitas waiting out the moment, though, with JPL in the middle and Abathur working on that bell tower. Team Liquid are the ones that are currently in control. They are on the field, and they are making moves.
This is getting rough here. They're going for the bell tower exchange. They want this one. Keep the hook in mind. They move back because they're afraid of JPL if he gets the isolation here. Stitches on the 4, going on the 16, going to the pulverize. Once again, just getting the slows, getting the poke. It's the single altar. It's a dream for Team Liquid right now. Single altars is what they need. They need the fights. They need to win these team fights. It's the only chance they have.
But comes out, will not connect on anyone here. JPL has some time here before he has another hook available. Blumby will take the small opportunity to move forward to start controlling the bush.
Illidan in the middle. He was, of course, waiting for the chance to hunt in. He's pushing the bell tower slightly. Has Ops with the attempt. Here comes the copy. It's showtime. The double Genji again. Hook comes in. Hazop moves out. Illidan needs to hunt. Needs to find the target. Need to go for someone. Doesn't find it just yet. They're still zoning here. Here he goes into the backline for Snitch once again.
Darkbach on the front, keeping up with it here. The clone is start to expire here. They're just buying their time. Team Liquid is keeping up with the heals. Nurok, though, is low on health. He dodges out on the hook. Splinter needs to heal him. There is the heal. Archon in the front, continuing to harass JPL.
Okay, so they have at least the copy is down. That's good for Team Liquid. Dignitas needs to be careful at this point. They are going to try and get a bit of poke in. Maybe another hook. Nurok, JPL looks for an opportunity. Hook is being dodged, but Blumby is extremely low here. Darkmok jumps in, trying to make the place for his team.
He's on Bakery here. Bakery Twilight Dream will be used. Age is out instantly here to keep Illidan alive. Bakery is low.
Oh.
Bakery is dead. He's been zapped.
Bakery's down, and that is a huge problem right now. Disintegrate being used. Snitch nearly falling as Vala just pokes away. Hunt is ready. Can they get the vision and maybe the kill? Mena could be the target, but they go for the bell tower first. They have the bell tower, and that's 5 shots against Dignitas. It's going to be 4 versus 11 points on the core. We are looking at a 21-minute game. Level 22 on both sides any second now. And this is an opportunity also for Boss, but Liquid is very reluctant to make that commitment.
Yes, they're playing it safe here. They're going to get the Sappers instead to push in the bottom. They want to get Dignitas and their attention on that bottom right side. That's where they can open up the window to move in for the boss. Meanwhile, Darkmok is stopping the pressure we had in the top lane from Abathur.
Illidan is up at the top, and he can always hunt down. Nowhere to hide. Oh my god, Illidan down and caught here. That was a risky play that simply wasn't necessary. If they can kill JPL, that might be the saving grace, but they cannot. There's another shot delivered, but this could be... I mean, okay, Illidan, once he's back, is going to have the hunt. So if it works out with the next altar, it's still fine, but the boss is the big problem in this equation. And we are seeing Dignitas making their way over there. They know they have a time window where Illidan is not part of this play. And Cocoon is down for 20 seconds. Team Liquid, with the death of Illidan, might just have lost the game.
All right, let's see if Team Liquid can control the boss here. It continues to fall. Ariel going to hit the hook. The Aegis does come out. Twilight Dream also being used. Blumby walks straight towards the boss. He takes a bit of a harass. He goes in. He gets a knock-up, though.
No way.
Bakery's
No way.
low on health.
No way.
in the front, and Nurok is bringing out auto attacks.
Double kill by Team Liquid. They kill 2 heroes. They take the boss. It's a 4 versus 5. They make it work. They go for the Cocoon.
The hunt?
They want more.
Can they get the Cocoon here right on top of it, right when Mayday comes out? Nowhere to hide is up. Here comes Illidan. He's flying across the map. He's going to hit the kill zone. Root comes out, but Darkmok
What just happened?
backwards.
It was the hook and the Aegis being used. Bakery blew his Twilight Dream, but it didn't hit anybody. He was attempting to drop Oriel and silence her, but Splendor was too fast. And now all of a sudden, we're seeing all of the bell towers taken. Did Liquid just win this game in a 4 versus 5 battle?
Well, Dignitas might be able to stop this bell tower, but there's 2 ultras up after that. Shots coming out.
No way.
4, gonna drop down to 3 as well. Okay, bell tower is up, but Dignitas has to stop 2 altars.
There's no way. They have only 2 heroes. They can only get the copy of Abathur. That's the 3rd Hillprone power, but that has to be it. Liquid just did it. They just won a no way.
They want a 5v4 here. Darkmok is on the channel. Bakery's going to bolt over and delay on the bottom. Mayonnaise on the bottom as well. Nurok is killing the clone here as Zelia will fall. Genji is up, so here is Snitch. No altar has been channeled yet.
It's a 5 versus 5. They actually made it in time. They are all attacking at every angle. Cocoon is being used. Mena, low and down. He's killed Splendor with a channel. Bakery tries the same. Snitch is attempting to interrupt. Does he get in there in time? He actually does. The Dragon Blade is still there. This is crazy, but I think the copy down as well. Snitch attempting to escape. Here comes the silence. Bakery with a Twilight Dream. It's over. It has to be. This is game. Team Liquid, they turn it around. They channel at the bot lane, and that is the end of it. Team Liquid coming back in an insane first game in this series. What just happened?
Team Liquid with the comeback. 24-4 is where that comeback began, and they pulled it off. That boss at the top there, incredible job by Blumby. First off, he was silenced, and he was taking poke like crazy. He got down to a quarter health. The moment that Splinter came out, he gave him a heal, and the big epicenter to knock up multiple people was just enough to get them the double kill. And I can't believe they pulled it off, but Team Liquid, they did. And is Team Liquid back? Think so.
I want to see that fight again.
That was a pretty crazy fight, man.
How crazy was that? Okay, we have the boss fight, guys. We're going to look at this once again. Ideally, we would slow it down even because that was insane. So yeah, we're going to look at that again in a second. But it was a 4 versus 5. Illidan was down, and that was absolutely crazy there. So yeah, let's check that out.
Let's go ahead and check it out here. So here we are. We're going into it. Now remember, everyone is going to the top. Look at the top left.
If you can slow this down, look up the hook. The hook is going to come out any second, and then there's going to be the Twilight Dream of Malfurion, but Splendor is faster. Egg is being used. Here comes the Twilight Dream. He didn't see a Nuburak. This is absolutely insane. The situation there is just so good. So it plays forward, and it's still a 4 versus 5. And ult is down. Nurok is just moving in, and here comes the kill. It gets double. Everybody moves in, and he just gets the rewind in. There's stun after stun after stun, and so much damage. Nurok pushes out with one multi-shot after another, and they are actually able to drop them there. Unbelievable. The double Genji just didn't do enough. That was insane.
Blumby with a big knockup there too, hitting 4 people on top of that. Coon falling up afterwards. This is where we saw the hunt. Granted, they got away, but still, that put the game at 4-6, and they just moved in for the bell towers, and all they had to do was wait for the ult. There's Team Liquid with the control over the boss. And you have to ask, do you hold on to that Twilight Dream for a little bit longer? I like the idea of trying to get rid of Ariel, because if Ariel dies, that's probably a boss.
I'm not even 100%